How do you know that you hate yourself?
Disclaimer alert! Disclaimer alert! Please pause the video and read the disclaimer.
So, how do you know that you hate yourself? Do you hate yourself? Do you self-sabotage? Let's get into it. I mean, in reality, people who grew up in abusive homes, they tend to have low self view of themselves. People who grow up being belittled or spoken down on tend to have a low self-esteem. They tend to have low view. They don't think highly of themselves. They struggle to self-love and respect themselves. But here are the 6 things that can tell you. So number 1 is you treat yourself unkindly, right? You don't treat yourself the way you would treat somebody you love, believe in, and respect. So the easiest way I say to young people is, for them, I would say, who do you like the most? Who do you admire? Most of them, it's a celebrity, right? And they'll tell me this and this celebrity. And I say, would you treat them the way you treat yourself? Would you speak to them the way you speak to yourself? And 99% of the time is no. So you think now, who do you admire? Who do you think is a great human being in this world? Would you treat them the way you treat yourself? That's number 1. If you don't treat yourself the way you treat those you love, that's kind of, my grandmother would say you're a liar because you're giving people things that you don't give to yourself, things that you don't have, right? You're just pretending. Number 2 is that you believe that your thoughts and emotions are facts, right? So I believe, an example is that I believe I'm 6 foot tall. No, I'm just barely 5 foot tall, right? So it's not a fact. I'm not 6 foot tall, but people who self-sabotage tend to do that. They tend to believe that their thoughts and beliefs are real. Like, nobody cares about me. So people probably they're not even probably thinking about me. So I'm actually just lying to myself. So the best way to counter that, to try and heal that idea, is if you believe you're 6 foot tall, then get the facts, right? And you'll realize that, okay, actually I'm just barely 5 foot tall, right? If I believe that people don't like me, then talk to them and ask them what they think about you. Then they'll tell you, don't go to a person that you don't get along with and then have that person, right? Obviously they have negative feelings. Number 3 is you talk negatively to yourself, right? So pay attention to the things that you say to yourself. I had this way of being very impatient with myself, right? It's like, come on, go. And I grew up in a home with somebody who was impatient with themselves and with everybody. So I had to learn that I don't need to rush, right? So for every negative thing that I did to me or said to myself or about myself, I had to go then look for 5 positive things, right? So look at how you speak to yourself. Is that a way that you would speak to a child or somebody that you love? Or look at the way you speak about yourself as well. I one day gave this young man who came to help me with my garden an extra tip. I was feeling generous, so I gave him double the price of what he was doing the loan for. And he said, wow, this never happened to me. I'm a very unlucky person, right? It's like, no, right? Would you say that to somebody else or about somebody else? No. If you wouldn't, then don't say that about yourself, you know. And when I said to him, would you say that to the, he's like, that's unkind. You can't say that to people. And I said, that's unkind to you too, because you yourself are also somebody, right? So if you wouldn't say it to somebody else, to their face, then don't say it to yourself, to your face, because like them, you're a human being with good and beautiful things and negative things. Nobody's perfect, and nobody is all good, nobody's all bad. You're just a human being who also deserves love and kindness. 4 is that you say nasty things about other people, right? So have you ever looked at a stranger and thought, oh, she's bad, she's nasty, she's this, she's that, right? People you don't know, people who are just minding their business. So if you are a person who quietly inside of your brain say nasty things about other people, then you need to change that. So if you say, you see somebody and you say, oh, she's fat, then you have to look at that person again as you would with yourself. Find, it's a 5-to-1 ratio. Find 5 other things that are positive about them. They're clean, they're smiling, they whatever, just to combat those. There's no need. Everybody's doing their best. You never know what people are going through in this life. So for you to just judge a stranger, a family member, other people so harshly, it's showing that you don't like yourself as well. So when you start to like you start to like other people, then you combat that self-sabotage. It will go away with time. So that's number 4 of getting to get rid of it. Number 5 is you don't give to yourself. That's how you know that you hate yourself. There's some people, especially mothers, they think that it's noble for them to wear an underwear with holes, yet doing everything they can for their kids. You're actually teaching your kids not to love themselves, not to take care of themselves, right? So when you give to yourself, and you do things for yourself, you go on a vacation, you buy yourself nice things, you're teaching your kids that they can also do things for them, to go to a spa, go on, I say vacation because that's how I take care of myself. Travel, get exposed to new things, new people, new cultures, new languages. When you do nice things for you, you're teaching your kids to do nice things for themselves. But that's also self-love. That's combating, again, getting rid of that self-sabotage, self-hate. Number 6, I think, is the most important one, is that you have to apologize. You know, I am sorry that I neglected you. I'm sorry that I am feeding you toxic, unhealthy things. I'm sorry that I have continue to maintain and be in this relationship with this person who clearly is not doing what's best for us, for themselves, for this relationship. I'm sorry I haven't started looking for a job where I can work peacefully, where I can be proud to wake up to go to and work and do things and be proud about what I'm contributing. That's an apology that I had to write to myself months ago, right? Realizing that if I had treated a friend the way that I was treating myself, I would have to make a real conversation. We would have to sit down, write a letter, or have a very serious conversation with our friend, right? So that's what's happening here. So apologize to yourself, and not just apologize through a letter, writing, or whatever, but make the changes in your life. You know, get rid of that relationship, start eating healthy, you know, start speaking to yourself kindly. Okay, thank you for watching this video. So these are the reasons why you're self-sabotaging, but inside there are also solutions on how you can change those things, right? So thank you for watching. Please share this video so that we can continue to learn and grow together. All right, I'll see you in the next video. Deuces.